Thank you. So we'll begin whenever you're comfortable, Professor.
I am comfortable. Please go ahead. And okay, go ahead.
So let's begin by talking about the role of deep tech to enhance the economy and how IIITB is contributing to the same.
The role of deep tech, you are telling?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have two questions in this. One is, what is the role of deep tech in increasing the economy? Second part is what is the role of IIITB in this deep tech? So let me go from the first part. Deep tech has a huge and important role, both. It is a huge and also the important role to play from present for futures for many decades on economic growth and also economic impact. The countries or the companies which have the deep tech know-how or intellectual property rights, they will be in the driver's seat for the economy. For an example, look at India's present UPI, where according to the information available in the literatures, the 40% of the global financial transaction is done by our online UPIs and also the financial online transactions. So this has increased the performance or the speed of the business, and as a result of which it is impacting the economy and the business from the lower to the lowest strands of the citizen to the richest strand of the people who have been using this kind of deep tech technologies of India. And in fact, this kind of deep tech technology of India, of UPI with the digital identity has taken a driving seat in the world where many advanced countries doesn't have this kind of facilities. For an example, now Indians doesn't carry cash or money or a wallet or a vanity bag, a cash inside that. Their mobile is everything for all kind of financial transactions. So this shows within the 2 years this country has leapfrogged the financial transaction to multiple decades ahead than rest of the many countries in the world. So now coming to the what is IIITB's role in the deep tech? Deep tech has multiple areas, starting from artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, security, data privacy, trust, software engineering, high-speed communications, ultra-reliable and low latency communication, which will be there in the 5G advanced and 6G communications. And these are the things IIITB has been contributing in research. And however, whatever the research you do in the deep tech, and you need a digital identity to find out a person with whom you are doing this kind of transactions. For an example, due to Aadhaar, we got the digital identity, all of us. But that is not enough. That is the backbone of any deep tech applications deployment. So everybody use the Aadhaar as an identifying and authenticating every citizen. But on the top of that, people developed applications like financial transactions, health applications, insurance, educations, scholarship distributions, direct benefit transfer to the farmers. And if you look at this Aadhaar as an identity platform integrated to multiple protocols of the deep techs for these kind of applications and transactions, starting from health to education to the finance to the business and everything, governance, everything. So why I am saying this? We have Aadhaar, so we have understood the benefit of it. But in the world, out of 7.5 billion, according to the available literature, 3 billion people doesn't have any digital identity on this earth now. They are developing countries or underdeveloped countries. So IIIT Bangalore has developed a modular open source identity platform, MOSIP. Again, I repeat, modular open source identity platform called MOSIP, which is open source, which we are donating to the world to create their digital identity. You will be happy to know 2 countries in the world which has already adopted, called Philippines and Morocco. They are rolling out their citizens' digital identity developed under the leadership of IIIT Bangalore. And 5 countries have already taken this MOSIP open source, and they are developing their digital identity according to their country's requirement. Why this open source digital identity platform is so useful to them? Because if, like in Aadhaar, we have English and local language of the state is written on that. Similarly, like in Philippines, they have English and Filipino language on their identity card. But when Morocco took it, they put it English, Arabic, and French in their identity card. So every country can tweak it according to their requirements, according to their information they want to gather. So due to open source, they can do that. And as we are giving to the world, this is, and more people are accepting this because it has a modular and can be scalable, and we are giving free of cost to the world, because this will be a great help to the mankind. Like yoga, we made it in the United Nations as an International Yoga Day today, 21st June, the great day you have called me. Similarly, we are also donating this platform, this MOSIP platform, free of cost to the world, various countries, that you please take this and develop your design. So many countries are showing a lot of interest. So that is, so along with the other research areas like advanced communications in the 5G advanced and 6G, security, software engineering, data science, and also the computer science, theoretical engineering, and VLSI. We are also working DeepTech in all those areas from IIITB side for the ecosystem and the mankind.
Understood, Mr. Das. And as much as I appreciate MOSIP, and of course, you're providing it free of cost, you're not charging it. But coming to the other side of the research spectrum, what can universities like yours, premier institutions like yours, do to monetize research at the lab level only for deep tech? And how will it improve the adoption of technology, such hard science technologies in enterprises or mainstream?
Very good question. Really appreciate that you asked this question, because it is very much required from Indian context. India is a very fast developing in technology. Many technologies are developed in the premier institute like us by the professors and the students in the labs. It needs to see the day of light by making it a product or intellectual property rights to a company who can make a product and can use for the any citizens for their betterment. For that, we have a incubation center in IIIT Bangalore, where we encourage students and faculty members to work in the incubation center to bring out their problems and ideas to a system level shape. Or they can file a patent and IPR is generated, intellectual property right is generated. From there, this incubation center, we have the funding from the institute side and also the government of India side to incubate them to develop the systems which can be transferred from startup to a bigger company after 2 years or 3 years, or we can do TOT, transfer of technology to an industry which is well established, but wants our IPR or algorithms to develop or augment their products. So our incubation center is working very actively, taking the intellectual properties of the professors and all to the outside world. In this process, the incubation center has the equities. We collect a small amount of equity, or we can sell non-convertible debentures to start with till we get the next round of funding, which will help the institute to be self-reliant over the time. for incubation center needs money to run, because we have people who are running the incubation center. Money is needed for their salaries, and also the filing the IPR patent we need, and also the for the utilities we need. So those money will come, a small amount we collect for the company, because we don't want to, we want to promote more and more startups and more people to be innovator than thinking much about or any other things. So we have for self-reliance, we take a small amount from them in different heads. Maybe rent, we may take as a rent also from somebody, where minimal charges to be there in the incubation center. So this is the one way we are doing our intellectual properties from the professors and students to the through the startups to the outside world. Another one we are also doing, many companies are collaborating with us, and jointly we are holding the IPRs, intellectual property rights. So many companies gives unsolved problems. They are not able to solve some of the problems which are very complex by nature. They give it to us, to our faculty members, where we jointly signed an MOU, and we have some jointly owns the IPR, or the companies gives our research centers funding, good amount of money as a funding to support our research. So by three ways we are supporting our strong collaboration with the industry and IPR transition from academia to the industry.
Understood, Professor. Um, Now, you spoke about monetizing the research and also mentioned about the collaboration for deep tech that happens. What startups are currently being incubated at IIITB? Any particular examples and their milestones?
Yeah, so we have multiple startups in IIIT Bangalore. Now, majorly, we are working on electrical vehicles. One of the startups is green, where we are giving a lot of software and hardware contents to make them updated. Second one is image and processing with artificial intelligence called Margadarshi, where we have a platform where from a rural area, somebody has cleared the written test of UPSC or state boards for civil services. So then for preparing the interviews, we have developed a very intelligent artificial intelligence platforms, where the questions and answers are being analyzed, and they are being trained to prepare for even, from the remote Indias. They no need to come to cities or any coaching centers for these kind of things, because many people may not be able to afford to do that. So we have developed those kind of one kind of startups. Thirdly, we have developed something called Biojantra, where we are taking care of the machines which are being used for paralytic patients to walk. And those who have a nervous systems are not working and all due to accidents or something. So making the limbs or the body for them for walking of them. So multiple startups are developed in the health areas, green areas like electric vehicle and all. And thirdly, we have some startups in educations also, like for the blind students reading science and math or reading any literature. We have developed some products for the blind students. So these are the things we are working on a deep technologies for our different areas of the startups.
Understood. So that's it from my end, but is there anything that you want to talk about that I might have missed out on asking?
So our end, I wanted to say that IIIT Bangalore is a deep tech research institute in the areas broadly in the computer science and engineering, electronic and communication engineering, and also the IT for societies areas. And we have also the world-class programs, teaching programs like PhD programs, MS by research, MTech, and integrated MTech's 5 years program in IIIT Bangalore, which are being, students have been graduating with the flying colors and getting one of the top universities for higher studies, as well as in the top multinational companies with a very good respectable positions. So in that respect, the institute is well accepted by many, as you rightly said in the starting, premier as one of the most premier institute broadly working in the challenging areas of information technology.
Understood. Thank you, Mr. Das, and it was really nice talking to you. If